Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is Aegon Games 69 here. And today I'm going to talk to you about E3 2011 and my thoughts and hopes for E3. Like, I guess like my top 5 games that I'm wanting to have. There are first Starhawk, which should be a really cool game because the first one was really awesome. So it doesn't make any. It would only make sense that the second one, the first one was awesome, so this one should be even better. And it's cool because if you saw it on game trailers, TV, you saw that like it's gonna be taking place in like space, but yet the space is gonna be like a wild west type thing because like they're kind of, instead of like the World War II illusion, they're kind of now making an allusion to the Western, which will be cool. I mean, people are like, oh, it's a risky business doing the Western. Well, they're not doing Western. They're doing, they're just taking aspects of the Western, scheme, the Western concept, where it's dangerous, everybody tries to kill you type thing, stuff of that nature. It allows for a very dramatic effect. They also have this cool thing that like is the build and battle, I think, battle and build or something like that, where you can like call in structures right during the match, and you can like, the structures have like properties, like you can they could be like ones for your hawks, as they call them. Like you could have that. You could call in a structure that allows you to have hawks and stuff like that, and all these other cool mechanics that'll like allow for like a lot of like player development. Like you can play how you want to play more so, which will be cool. And it's also cool because there's going to be the main character for the single player is like a black guy, which is like cool because that really doesn't happen. I'm pretty stoked about that because usually, you got the white guy, you've got the black guy. So that's pretty awesome because, he actually looks kind of cool. I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. I think it's actually cool. It's kind of like a fresh air, breath of fresh air. So be it. Now, the second game would probably have to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 because I'm a fan of the franchise more so, at least with Infinity Ward. That's Activision kind of like, or is it Treyarch side, and they're both Activision, but Treyarch with Black Ops kind of like, I don't know, kind of got a bit ridiculous in my opinion. Like Order War is pretty fun. I like that a lot with the Nazi zombies and all that stuff, and the story was alright. It was okay. It was World War II, but I mean, yeah. So I'm hoping like they'll show some cool information. They'll provide some information that will help let us, the audience, know what we're to be expecting. Like, we already know that it's going to take place, at least the attacks from Russia or some other enemy is going to take place in Germany, France, England, and America. So far, at least, that's what we should, from the trailers, so it's pretty cool. And, I mean, there hasn't been any, like, serious information, regarding the game totally, but, I mean, it's coming out, and if Infinity Ward, they're a smart enough company, they'll probably bring some, it's probably expected to see something for it, especially when apparently I think it's coming out this year, so they really would want to take this opportunity to have something for E3. or Comic-Con or something. They have to. I mean, it's a AAA game. Speaking of AAA games, my third game, which might not even occur at E3, but there's rumors, for Star Wars Battlefront 3, which, let's not cover it up because Pandemic Studios was closed and all this other stuff. Well, there's all these other, there's Sparks Unlimited is the developer that's going to be they haven't announced an actual game, but they're working on games. There are all these other things. You can find it on Battlefield3.net, and it has like all these rumors and information that might lead to the announcement of Star Wars Battlefront 3, and that would be really cool because that's was one of my more favorite. It's like my favorite PS2 game kind of thing because it was it was just fun playing through the story, through the battles, and and you got to play as the regular soldier. It was really cool because it was like Star Wars. You got to be in the battles. You got to live the fights. Well, some of them were not so much more real because you went to Jabba's palace and that never happened. But it was just fun going to that location, But yeah, I'm hoping that will be one of the big games that kind of comes in from nowhere. Like with Twisted Metal, the new one coming out. How last year it was like, whoa, we weren't expecting that. But the Dragon Ball Z game that got announced a few weeks ago or something like that. That looks like it could be a really cool game to be announced at E3. I'm hoping that it is announced because I would really like to have a game like Dragon Ball Z, especially seeing how it says in the trailer it's a Dragon Ball Z game like never before, and it's that's awesome because I personally I love Dragon Ball Z as a whole, and video game wise I haven't bought in the Raging Blast series or the what was it, Burst Limit. I think I haven't bought either of those. They were fun enough, but I personally like the Budokai Tenkaichi series. Those were really fun. I like that whole kind of, I guess you could call that RPG aspect where you can customize what kind of things you want on your person. That was really cool. Now let's see. So I hope there's some light shed on that game. And the final one is Dead Island. I mean, it's already been announced that it's gonna be happening, but I don't think there's been any legit gameplay footage, which is something I'm hoping to see how it plays, what you're going to do during the game, because Dead Island looks like it could be a cool game. You're in a resort and there's zombies, and from the promotional videos so far, the zombies look pretty nasty. I mean, on a good, it's ew, they're nasty looking. Hands bitten off and half the arms chewed off and all sorts of nasty things, and it's ooh, bother. Yeah, so it's good, that's you want that kind of gut gurgling, feel type to it, really get you into the environment. And so, yeah. And, I mean, there's gonna be other things at E3, and things I don't care about, like the whole Nintendo Project Cafe, but I mean, that's just because right now Nintendo's kind of lost a lot of respect from me because, I mean, with the Wii, they kind of were hey, hardcore gamers, suck it. We don't care about you. We want family and casual gamers. Well, whoop-de-doo, I'm not among those. I mean, I'm more, I like playing casual games as the next person, but Wii Resort can only take you so far. With not the best online experience and not a good amount of hardcore games, and the hardcore games, parentheses, aren't even good. The Conduit, if you had the option between that and Call of Duty, why would you wouldn't? I would play Call of Duty. That game, from what I loved it was just like so bland and like it's like basically a HD and 64 game almost, or maybe like an HD like GameCube game. That's how I feel. Like, I could go in a whole rant about the Wii, and it's not even that revolutionary. But anyways, this isn't my rant about the Wii. I probably should actually. Maybe I'll make a video about that, but not right now. But let's see. This is there's gonna be the obvious Battlefield 3 and Batman Arkham City, which all looks cool. I haven't played Batman Arkham Asylum. It looks cool. It's like, I don't know. I want to play it, but I don't. I don't know why I don't. I mean, Batman's awesome. I don't know why. I don't know. It's like it took me forever to go play God of War 3, and I did, and I liked it, and it was just, I don't know. I just don't have all the money to buy these games. College takes it out of you. But really, I mean, E3 should be a good. It should be a good E3. It's definitely one to watch. So, without further ado, I bid you, fellow viewers, goodbye. Peace. Peace.